storm accompanied by hail and strong winds struck the Romagna coast starting at 4:30 a.m., causing widespread and severe damage, including damage to roads and railway tracks. Several areas were inaccessible, and train service between Igea Marina and Rimini was disrupted. Firefighters are responding. A sudden, violent storm accompanied by strong winds and hail struck the Romagna coast starting at 4:30 a.m., first in the regions of Ravenna and Cervia, then with greater force in the province of Rimini. Trees were uprooted and roads turned into rivers in some areas, causing traffic disruptions. In Milano Marittima, several pine trees fell on parked cars. The city center was hit by strong winds and heavy rain overnight, which originated from the sea. In Milano Marittima, trees growing on concrete made some areas inaccessible. Since early morning, firefighters and technicians from the municipality of Cervia have been working in Milano Marittima to restore road safety after last night's storm. Several maritime pine trees fell in Milano Marittima and Cervia, blocking traffic. The trees were cut down to clear the remaining blocked roads. In Milano Marittima, several reported gas leaks have been contained, and there are currently no injuries, and volunteers have been deployed. Extensive damage in downtown Milano Marittima. Due to the bad weather, train services on the Rimini-Igea Marina railway line were temporarily suspended. In Rimini, the bad weather also knocked down a pylon. In Rimini, the city government, led by Civil Protection Councillor Igea Magrini, described the event as extremely severe.
Prova a stare al centro della strada. No, però poi arrivano le macchine. Ma guarda, sta crollando l'albero in diretta. Boom! Caduto. La macchina non l'ha presa.
With 74 millimeters of rain falling, 5 tunnels were flooded, one of which had a car trapped inside. Local police monitored the still flooded streets, but water was flowing normally, partly because the rain had stopped, with basements flooded and trees uprooted. The Provincial Coordination Unit activated firefighting support teams. Early this morning, around 8 a.m., several shopkeepers in their storefronts overlooking the central Corso di Augusto, especially the first section from the Arch of Augustus to Piazza Tre Martiri, armed with buckets and brooms, began cleaning up the water that had entered during the storm that struck around 5 a.m. Although the water receded quickly, the heavy rain left some debris on the streets, which the shopkeepers then swept away. The storm that struck the Riviera Romagna overnight also hit Cesenatico. Firefighters responded to the scene several times. In Cesenatico, several trees fell on power lines, roads, and a bungalow in a campsite. In Cesenatico, tunnels and underground garages were also flooded. The storm particularly affected beaches and bathing areas in the Cervia and Milano Marittima regions. Which suffered severe damage. Sun loungers were overturned, and the roofs of several buildings were blown off or collapsed.
Ah, è completamente allagato. Ma ha tirato giù anche la basculante.
Damage was also reported at Igea Marina Beach. Firefighters were also working in the coastal towns of Gadio and San Mauro Pacoli due to fallen trees hitting power lines and roads, as well as flooding of underpasses and underground garages. It was a devastating blow. The beaches were destroyed, umbrellas, gazebos, and tents were badly damaged. We have all our personnel on the ground. We are open today. We are working. The manager of Papeete Beach in Milano Marittima, Massimo Casanova, explained to ANSA the impact of the storm that hit the Romagna coast overnight. Now we need those who broke the rules because of the high price of sun loungers, which hasn't happened yet. But they won't be of any use, they're like bureaucrats in Brussels, joked Casanova. President of Emilia-Romagna tries to repair damage. Riviera fully operational. We support the municipalities affected by the devastating storm that struck several towns along the Romagna coast last night, particularly in the Cervia region. We are in constant communication with the mayors and the civil protection, fire brigade, and law enforcement personnel and volunteers who have been working long hours to assist the public and secure the region. However, we are all committed to repairing what happened and returning to normalcy as quickly as possible, as has been the case in similar situations, including in the past. Furthermore, it should be emphasized that the Riviera is fully operational. Everyone is doing their part to get back on track in the next few hours, said Regional President Michel de Pascal. He was at the Municipal Operations Center in Cervia to monitor the situation after the devastating storm, accompanied by strong winds, which hit Romagna at dawn. I express my special sympathy to the tourism operators and beach resort. They've made extraordinary efforts to restore everything. The Riviera is fully operational with all its services and will once again demonstrate its efficiency, the president added.
Sopra quella macchina là.